Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Noble Sports Entertainment. Back to you with another exciting edition of NFL Football Talk. Detroit Lions on today. And we're just going to talk about the Lions on today as a whole. We're going to talk about them as a whole and where we see them going in this up and coming season. All right, let's go. Basically, okay, we know that the Detroit Lions have gotten a new head coach with Matt Patricia coming in to be the take over the keys from Jim Caldwell. And definitely, man, much success to Jim Caldwell, man. Don't wish the guy any bad or anything like that. He just couldn't get the Lions over the hump. And I kind of understand it. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, we have to be able to transition out to a new coach now. Now that, you know, that's what a lot of people wanted. They wanted a new coach. So we're going to see what they do under this new coach. You know, I think that the Lions have every opportunity to be a surprise team this year. And what I mean by surprise team is like every year there's a team in the NFL that does exceptionally well, and you didn't even think that they were going to do well. They came out and they just started playing football and they started winning games. And that's something that the Detroit Lions is going to have to do, man. You know, I thought about it and I pondered it over the weekend and just said that the only thing that the Detroit Lions are not really good at, and that's being consistent. And they're going to have to learn how to be consistent in winning games. It's going to be some tough games that they're going to have to play this season. But, oh, well, it's the NFL. You know, any given Sunday, any team can lose. So the Detroit Lions are going to have to come and bring their A game. And there's a lot of camp battles that will be going on. There's a lot of position changes on certain players will be adjusting to and making. There's a lot of things that go on to trying to build a winner. But like I told you, it goes back to saying Detroit Lions have to build a winning culture. You know, I know a lot of people say in the comments, and then some of the comments that I read in my video section or whatever, when I'm doing a video, I see that a lot of people say that, well, Matthew Stafford is already there. He's already put up the numbers. But you might just be misunderstanding what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Matthew Stafford has never put up big numbers or anything like that. What I'm saying is Matthew Stafford needs to go to the next level. There is another level that Matthew Stafford has to reach if he wants to be a Super Bowl champion. It ain't just about him putting up huge numbers and thinking that everything is all good that way. I'm talking about it from a perspective of understanding football and understanding the game of football. It ain't just because he's putting up these huge numbers, because anybody can do that. But I'm talking about putting up big numbers and winning as well and building that winning culture. You know, you got guys coming back like Kerry Hyder. You know, you got to fit him back in. You got new guys that are on the team with Blunt and Shed and Wilson and all these guys that's coming from different teams to try to make the Detroit Lions a winning team and a winning culture in Detroit. And I understand what Bob Quinn is doing. He's trying to build from the ground up. And I totally understand what he's trying to do. But the Detroit Lions are going to have to be consistent. And they're going to have to learn how to win 6 to 7 games in a row, or not even that. They're going to have to learn how to win a lot of games in a row. So it's going to be a very, 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 very busy season this year, man. These guys get ready for training camp and get ready to get their bodies in shape for the upcoming season, which will be a long season. But we already know that Ziggy Ansah did not meet the deadline on getting a new deal done. That doesn't mean that he won't be a Detroit Lion, but it just means that they wasn't able to agree upon a long-term deal right now. So definitely, man, I can't wait to see Glover Quinn teach the young guys and Darius Slay be a leader to the defense and getting these other guys where they need to be so that the Lions can be one of the top-rated defense in the NFL. And that's something that I think that the Lions need to thrive off of, is trying to be a top 10 defense this year. You know, there's so many people coming in and there's so many changes going on. You know, you might be playing a new defense. All kind of things are going on with the Lions. You know, I still think that they need to learn how to integrate Miles Killebrew into the system. Miles Killebrew has talent, and he'll end up, if he doesn't stay with us as longer, you know, this is a make or break season for him probably. But I think that Miles Killebrew has talent, man, and I think that the Lions are just not utilizing him right. He should be a guy like a Troy Polamalu was, or a guy that's a hybrid linebacker that can go in and make plays and sacks. That's something that he should be able to do. No, he doesn't have the best coverage skills or anything like that. But that's, you know what I'm saying, that's going to come in due time. Now, another guy that we want to see vast improvements from is Kenny Golladay. Kelly Golladay is one of the guys I saw, man, before all of this stuff started going down, man. I knew that Kenny Golladay had star potential written all over him. But he just has to study the game. He has to be a guy that studies the game and studies film and looks at other wide receivers that's back in the past, like Randy Moss and Terrell Owens and even right now, Julio Jones, the guys that have been good, that are big, tall receivers that play really good. And no receiver in the game that I know that I can think of right now can catch the deep ball like Randy Moss did. Even with these new guys now, Randy Moss would beat people, man, with that 4.3 speed. And it was crazy, man, to watch it. But definitely, man, that's what Kenny Golladay needs to do. He just needs to be he needs to study film and be a student of the game. And I believe that Jones and Tate can help him out and bring him along the way. Sky's is the limit for Kenny Golladay because he can be one of the best receivers in the league. And if Kenny Golladay can play to the potential that the Lions need him to play at, man, this team can take off. We would have one of the best receiving groups in a long time. So it's not just depending on one guy like we did in the past, but it's depending on a lot of guys. And Kerryon Johnson, who all eyes will be on Kerryon Johnson to see how well he will be able to learn the playbook, how well he will be able to fit in with the team. And, you know, by the Lions trading up to get him, was he the right running back to pick? Because the Lions had several opportunities to grab different running backs, and they did not go with those running backs. They decided to take Kerryon Johnson out of Auburn. So hopefully that will pay off, and Kerryon Johnson will be a steal of the draft. But we also got the addition of LeGarrette Blount. Now, LeGarrette Blount can end up starting on the team and being the guy that starts everything out. It just depends on how the Lions are going to utilize him as well. We know that there's going to be a lot of red zone situations from him in goal line and short yardage situations for LeGarrette Blount. Theo Reddick, you know what you're going to get out of Theo. Theo's a playmaker. He catches out of the backfield. He's one of the best receiving running backs out of the backfield in the National Football League. And definitely, you know what you're going to get out of Theo. Now, Amir is the same kind of back that Theo is. They're kind of like the same type of running back. So I don't know if they're going to keep both of them or what will happen. But I just know that Amir is going to have to play well in the training camp and do well to be able to make this roster as well. And I think that he could make it. Even if he is going to be a kick returner, it doesn't matter. But definitely, we definitely want to see A'Shawn Robinson have a great season this year. You want to see A'Shawn go out there. You want to see him go out there and make plays. He was doing it last year. He was progressing to go on and to play at a higher level. And you want to see that out of your run stuff in A'Shawn. And what you want to get out of the second year linebacker in Davis is a guy that will eventually be a Pro Bowl linebacker. You want Davis to be a Pro Bowl linebacker and pick off where he left off last year and understanding what he has to do out on the field to make the defense gel together, because he's the guy that's going to be calling the plays. And Ziggy Ansah, you want Ziggy Ansah back in the double digits as far as it goes with sacks and things of that nature. He had 12 sacks last season, even though it was a season of him being in and out of the lineup and being injured at times. But Ziggy Ansah definitely had a great season, getting 12 sacks. That's pretty good. And definitely you want to see Matthew Stafford play at a high level, because there's another level that Matthew Stafford can get to. And I believe that he can get to that, guys. All right, you guys, this is just another look at the Detroit Lions as they're getting ready for training camp. But as always, you know it. This is Noble Sports Entertainment, and we talk sports, and we talk it. Period.